Hey guys, it's Chris from Smithy Fitness. Welcome back, good to see you. So it's a steaming hot day here today. It's like 2:30, the field is baked. If you can see, it's pretty brown or getting brown. I got my bare feet anyway, but I gotta tell you, it's not that comfortable, but my feet are tough because I've been doing a lot of barefooting the last couple of months, so I'm calloused up. So I want to talk to you today about my workout and a couple of ideas I have. As you can see behind me, maybe I've got the 28 and 32 kilo bells here. So 60 kilos, I've gone back and forth twice, so four lengths of the field. I do the length of the field, I put it down, I'll do 30 push-ups, between 6 and 8 pull-ups, and then I'll come back, get the soccer ball, walk around. There's the soccer ball. But when I'm talking to you, because that 32 and the 28 are so heavy, I've also got my 30-pound dumbbells, and I'm gonna carry one of them right now and talk to you. And let's talk about happiness. And it's my belief that health is the baseline to happiness. If you don't have your health, you got nothing, right? What's that old story? If you're healthy, you've got 99 problems. If you're sick, you got one problem, and it's acute. And that, of course, is to get better. So health is to happiness. Now, what is the baseline to health? Well, it's fitness. You've got to be in shape. You got to be, have some energy. And then what is the baseline to fitness? Sorry, what's the baseline to fitness? And the baseline, or the base layer to fitness, is leanness. So I'm gonna stop in the middle of the field here, and I'll do 8 curls. And now, normally I wouldn't be carrying the camera, so I'd do both arms. It's 5. So leanness, or lack of fat on the body, is a real key. I think that's 8. And if you're 20 pounds overweight and you're 50, 55, 60, you probably got some minor health issues. You might have a sore hip, sore ankle, maybe you've got some sort of, high blood pressure or something like that. So we really want to get that 20 pounds down to being actually lean. And lean equals muscle and low fat. Okay, so lean is not skinny. I'm gonna put it down here. I'm at the end of the field. So lean is not skinny. I don't want you to be skinny, but we want to be lean, meaning you want to have some muscle mass on you, the ability to lift some heavy weights, to go back and forth with 60 kilos, which is more than many people weigh, and to be able to do all those minor things of life, like putting a heavy bag in the overhead bin. So I want you to really take a hard look at yourself. And if you're 10, 15, 20 pounds overweight and you think you're doing great compared to the general populace, but you can be better, right? And all right, so now I'll do 8 overhead press. So beating the populace is no big deal, right? It's a low bar. We want to be better than that. So again, don't get complacent because your neighbors are 50 pounds overweight. And if you are 50 pounds overweight, get on it, man. You got to get that down to 20, and that's the beginning point. So as I look at people in my life and I'm trying to encourage them, I'm trying to set a high bar to be an excellent example, as we've talked about many times. My son, he's a personal trainer, and we have a gym in the house. So I just went back and forth. Even though it's only 30 pounds, it's not nothing. So he's got really 2 cohorts of clients. He's got 12, 13, 14-year-old boys, and a bunch of them who are trying to be athletes, and their parents, their dads especially, are pushing them to be fit and healthy. And most of these kids are playing some sort of organized sports, and they want to maximize their excellence and just, use momentum to get better and better day by day. The other cohort is the housewife. He's got lots of them. And they're between 20 and 30, 35 pounds overweight. And they're, say, 50 years old. And they're not, they're not brimming in health. I don't want to put them down. They're nice people, and they're making progress. And I'm super proud of them. If I have the right to be proud of them, I am. They're showing up. Some at 6:30 a.m. And they're starting to make their health a top priority. And that's what I want to say to you. Make your leanness a top priority. It's not second or third or fourth. It's top. When you are lean, you have energy. When you have energy, you can make more money. You're more effective at home. Your temperament is better. So everything, your health is through the roof. And your habits, your bad habits, will slowly drop off because you've worked at the temple, right? This is the temple. Low body fat, lean, strong, fast, youthful. I'll be 65 in a few weeks. And, I'm good, but I can be better too. And that's always the goal. How can I get better? But so he's got these ladies, and they come trudging into the house, and they go down, and he puts them through their paces. They're doing strength work. It's mostly deadlift, squat, bench, and shoulder press. We have a rowing machine, the C2, Concept 2. Man, that thing is a killer. Recommend you get on that. Go, you can do all sorts of distances, but the 500 meter is one of the benchmarks. It only takes 2 minutes or so, but not the most fun you've ever had. You can do longer ones, of course. 2,000 meters is also a benchmark. You got to go slower to be able to do that. But anyway, we're all about building strength, dropping body fat, and making it a top priority. There is nothing more important. Nothing. Everything else, you look at your calendar. I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm going to go for 45-minute walk on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Sunday, I'm going to walk and ride my bike, for example. And then everything else fills up the calendar after that. Okay? Top priority, and take it seriously. You will benefit in such a huge manner. Not to mention your aesthetic and your attractiveness and your self-confidence. Watch my the 7 benefits of body game for the over 50. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I'll put up some pull-ups and push-ups and stuff, and I'll be back to wrap it up. Guys, it's a super hot day here on the field. I'm all on my own. The ground is baked. It's not really that much fun. But look, the bar is really hot. So what I do on these days is I'll just wet the towel a little bit, like so, and then throw the towel over and just kind of wet an area, and then go before it dries. Like this. Try to get, oh, it's really slippery. Jeez, too wet. Ooh, it's hot too. Okay. Ooh. You don't want to dilly-dally, but you want to get your workout in. So just do 8. Doing a bunch of sets today. Probably 5 times 8. Sometimes you just want to accumulate some volume. And that's 8. A little hang. Oh, sweat in my eyes. Okay, that's it. So this is a good exercise. I'm gonna do curls and 2 shoulder press. Now, generally you would separate them into 2 exercises, but we're here to burn calories and work as many body parts as we can, be super efficient. So again, it's not the heaviest weight, but we're looking for leanness to build some muscle and burn maximum calories. So I'm going to do 10. I think that's 8, 9, one more, 10, and then we'll do a little bit of a push press to get the legs in. Push them hard, straight ahead. All right, that's pretty good. So a couple of great examples of lean and youthful people. It's my 30. And one I just came in touch with yesterday, or just discovered or re-encountered yesterday, and that's Rick Springfield. Now, he had some pop singles in the 80s, was on General Hospital, the soap opera. He's quite famous for that. But this guy is amazing. He's 75. Now, go search him, okay? He's 75. He's been putting out albums, and I'm telling you, he looks fantastic. He moves like he's a fit 50-year-old, and a fit 50-year-old can move like a fit 20-year-old or 25-year-old, or pretty fit. And he's just got youthful exuberance, joy, bounces around the stage. Now listen, he's 6'2", 174 pounds, and 75 years old. So he's lean, but he's got muscle. He takes his shirt off at almost every show, and I'm telling you, he looks really good. Like, it's totally impressive. But 6'2", 174. So I'm 5'10", like on a good day, and I've been weighing about 172. I can get a little lighter, I think. I can, for sure. I can lose a little bit of fat. When you start to compare to that kind of guy, you realize, what it takes to be lean. So he's probably 9% body fat. And you know who else is doing great? And that's Mick Jagger. So Jagger's 81. And he sprints on stage. They have those long stages that go out into the stadium. The guy he's 81. He's 5'9", 140. And I'll bet he's been 5'9", 140 his whole life. His hips are like at 28, I think. But anyway, that tells you, that tells you what is possible. And we're just so removed from those numbers. And these guys are not skinny, they're lean, okay? They got muscle mass, and they're probably 8, 9, 10% body fat, like for real, not just some imaginary, hopeful, oh, here's my body fat number. So I guess what I'm saying is we've got so much more we can do. We can be better, we can be leaner, we can be more handsome, and we can keep going a long time. I mean, I'm not even 65. I feel young now looking at Springfield, and I don't see him slowing down. So lots of hope for us. Lots of hope for us older guys. The sky's the limit. Don't let yourself be brought down by the common denominator that is out in our world now. Okay, that's it for today from this scorching hot field where my eyes are burning. But I'm happy, man. I've had a great workout. I hope you're doing well. See you in the next one.